the topic, or should I say, a dynamically emerging industry in its own, that is social media. We all know how social media has played a very important role in our lives, especially during these trying times, in our personal lives or professional lives. I think it will be better if we call upon our guest speaker today, who is expert in this. He is a business evangelist, a specialist in social media marketing, consulting, training, and he is active on 18 plus social media platforms. Yes, 18 plus social media platforms. Generally, people know only two or three social media platforms, but this is a wonder. So let's call upon Mr. Jyotendra Zaveri.
Hello, Gayatri.
Hello, sir. How are you? I welcome you
Good.
to the interview today.
Yeah, happy to see you. So
Yes.
beautiful.
Same here.
Yeah.
Sir, would you just tell us about yourself? Something more?
Okay. Well, I am a IT professional since 1975. So 44 years of experience in IT-enabled business management softwares. Recently, last 10 years, I am focusing on digital marketing. Yeah.
Okay, a decade. Beautiful. So, what is the scope of social media according to you?
The scope of social media is very good in the sense there is a increase in the use of social media. The potential is very high if used professionally and properly. Social media is a boon, but if not understood or misused, it can be a challenge.
Right.
Social media today is important for everyone, especially because of the pandemic situation, because of the lockdown, and more people are going online. So yes, potential is very high.
Okay. So, what is that specific thing? I mean, why is it so important for businesses today to be on social media?
Well, you see, what is visible will get sold. Now, because of the restricted kind of environment we have, you know, we need to go digital. We need to showcase our products or services, or even other organization like a non-profit organization. Everyone
Hmm.
needs visibility. So
Right.
today it has become even more important to go online on various digital platforms and display your ability, your products, and so on. Right.
That's really nice. And I have heard it from you many a times that a Facebook page is far better than having a website. So I would really like to know, and I know our viewers will also like to know what's the magic in it.
Right. I'm glad you asked this question. Facebook page or LinkedIn page is better than the legacy website. See what has happened as the internet technology came. I was in IT even before the internet came. We used to have punch cards and mainframe, and there was no internet.
Yes.
But as the internet came, the World Wide Web was there, and then companies started making website. Very good. In those days, that was the only way. But today, internet technology has evolved. We call it Web 2.0. The
Oh,
main difference is it is interactive. Facebook page is better than website is because it is interactive. Normally,
right.
the website is one way, my product, my service, and then people can see on the website and ask for the quotation and so on. But you will not know who is coming on the website. On Facebook page, when people like, on LinkedIn page, when people follow, you come to know who. As a
Right.
marketing, would you not like to know who is interested in your product or service?
For
Till
sure.
now, there was no
Yes.
way to know who is coming. Because of IP address, we knew how many people are coming from a particular city or a country. But give me list of all these people, there was no way to know. That is why social media has become now very important from the branding point of view, from marketing point of view. Yeah.
That's really wonderful. And I thank you for throwing light on this topic. So now our viewers will
I would
definitely
like
get to
to
know more.
add, sorry to interrupt, I would like to
Yes,
add
yes, sure.
one more point. Social media allows the credibility of a company, of an entity. On website, even if there is a new company, a new startup, anybody, even a fake company, can uh, make a nice website with nice animation and and
Yes,
then promote. Whereas in social media, people will see what is the credibility, what other people are talking about you is the brand. Brand is not
definitely.
when you talk about yourself. So social media gives visibility plus credibility. That's why page has become very important as compared to the traditional way of marketing. Yeah, Gayatri.
Yes, and in today's era, for vocal for local, I think that is the best idea to go, as it will not cost much for a person who has the page, and credibility, branding, that thing he is getting on its own. It is just that his performance is dependent.
Absolutely. Right.
Yes. So I would like to know that who should learn social media operations in detail according to you?
Well, as we were discussing today, social media is important for everyone. There are millions of people using social media. You get connected, and if properly learned, it can help. So, yes, entrepreneurs, business people, corporate must use social media. People who want to develop career in social media marketing, there is a huge demand of professionals who can develop career, who can get employment in companies. They also need a person who can manage the posting.
Right.
Also, if one is an entrepreneur or aspiring to start a business, can start digital marketing agency. There's a good potential, and develop social media as a business. I would
Okay.
also
So
add,
yes.
even the housewife should know, because you see what has happened is this technology has come much faster. It was not there when they were in the school and college, and it has come so fast that they have no idea what their children are doing. People say, oh, my son or my daughter is always on laptop or tab or mobile phone, but do you know what they are doing? What are the protection, or what are the do not on Facebook especially? So everyone should know to what extent you use, or what is the goal for using can be different. But
Right.
awareness should be there of do's and don'ts on social media, since fake news or misuse
I
is there.
agree. Yes.
We should be able to understand this technology sooner the better.
Yes. And you also said that those want to start their own social media agency, a digital marketing firm, also should also learn it. And you are giving a training in this, right? So don't you think that you're handing your trade secret to them? Because you have been in this industry for a decade. You have seen it change and grow over a period of time, because this is the most dynamic industry where the interface of a platform also changes almost every 6 months. There is something new, and a new feature is launched every month on some or the other platform. So I would really like to know what's your take on that.
Very tricky question. Uh, why am I sharing all the trade secret to even to my competitor? Actually, Gayatri, I am at 68 years. I've passed the stage. I consider everyone uh, equal. They are also capable. Probably they can do better. But whatever little knowledge I have, the experience which I have of 44 years, I would like to share. So best wishes to people who want to learn digital marketing. I have no problem in teaching or sharing the technical know-how. If you want to learn, yes, welcome. So it is, I have
That's
passed that
really
stage of
thoughtful.
competition, Gayatri. I'm not worried. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, that's really very thoughtful of you. And I would like to know what is the course content?
Oh, the training course which I offer is 1 month, very intense course. When I say intense, what I mean is every day participant is expected to invest 1 or 2 hours to do the homework. I'm in touch with them every day. I will show what to do, how to do, but this is all about practical training. You can't learn swimming without going in water. So you do the posting, you do the sharing, you do the tweet, you do the retweet, and so on and so forth. That is how you learn. So the course content is about all 7 platforms. I call it Super 7. And when you learn, when you actually do work on this, you feel confident. And after 1 month, then you can manage much better in a very nice and professional way.
You said Super 7 platforms. Now, this sounds interesting, like a Superman or a Superwoman. So, I would like to know what are those Super 7 platforms and why you call it so specific, like Super 7.
Good point. You are catching the words very nicely, very smart. Super 7, because as you said earlier in my introduction, there are many platforms.
Yes.
These 7 platforms are important for branding. So I would definitely like people to learn Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest, Twitter, and SlideShare.
Okay.
These
Facebook,
platforms,
LinkedIn, SlideShare, Twitter, YouTube, Pinterest, Instagram.
right.
Okay.
So these platforms, if properly used, can help in digital marketing. It goes hand in hand with website. I mean, if the company has a website, good, we can integrate social media with website. If the company do not have a website, for startup, for people who say, oh, I don't have budget and so on, can straight away start using social media. But presence on these 7 platforms are required. That's why I call it Super 7. If one is more adventurous, little more bandwidth, you can definitely learn more platforms. Yeah.
But as you said, so 1 month comprehensive course, and there are Super 7 platforms. Now I will also call it Super 7. That's a very nice word. Thank you for that. I think that will become a trend in the market also now on. So yes, 1 month is the right duration, as you're also giving the homework which is to be done, and it's obviously someone's effort to put in to learn something. So yes, that's very nice, and I'm sure you're doing your training too.
Yeah.
1 month is quite a good span.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Okay, so how can one enroll and become your trainee?
Oh, it is very simple. I have got one Google form. Just fill up the registration form so that I will know more about you, how much you know about these platforms. When you fill up, I will come to know and I can guide you. So
Okay.
one, you fill up the Google form. Two, let me know that you are interested. Formalities of the fees are done and you start. So it is not that you have to start on a particular day or beginning of the month. When you wake up, it's morning. So start without, losing time from that day. 4 weeks you have to commit
Right.
and learn. That's right.
So are there any prerequisites for this training?
Oh, well, I would say the participant need internet connection and a laptop or desktop. It is
Okay.
important to have a web version while learning. Of course, you can do most of the things on mobile, but when you're learning, it becomes slightly cryptic. So if you learn on a web version, that's why I say you need internet connection and you need laptop or desktop and you start learning. There's no other prerequisite required. Of course, I assume the participant knows how to use email because everything is online
Oh,
and the communication, the sign up is on email. That much is required, but I feel everyone knows today about email. Yeah, once upon a time I used to teach people how to do email, and people used to
okay.
argue in those days. I'm talking about 90s. Everybody's using fax. Why should I use email? So the changes are there. Yeah, yeah,
Okay, so it's like you're more than a decade in this industry.
yeah.
And yes, as you said, you have been giving training, and during lockdown, as you are also not in India right now, how this training has been continued during these 3 months?
It has been in fact a very good response already. So many participants have learned and they are still learning. They are in touch and I encourage them. So the response is good. People are learning, especially last 3 months. I would say April, May, June. A lot of people have taken benefit of this online training. It is possible for us to learn if you have a will to learn and dedication. That sincerity I cannot put. Rest everything I'm bringing on the table.
Yes, but then when one has a guru like you, and you're so friendly, you're so calm, and you're teaching it since 10 years, I think you're giving the training, right? Along with the business and social media.
Oh yes, oh yes. I was
So,
also taking classes in Pune University, physical classes, plus meetups regularly, and we can now do all that online using the online tools available. It's possible to learn and communicate.
okay, so it's been like a video conference training during this lockdown you have been giving.
Absolutely, absolutely. Like
That's
this
really
is
wonderful. Like social media, it's a digital market, and in the digital way you are teaching it. That's like iconic thing. Really, that's wonderful. I thank you for being here on this interview and sharing so much of knowledge with us. And this is like a new thing for me too. I got to know a lot of things in this interview. Thank you for being with us today. And this tells us how important social media is from marketing point of view. And yes, you must also learn it. I definitely recommend a 1 month comprehensive social media training from Jyoti Social. It is never too late when it comes to learning. And when it is social media, in this era, it's a real game. So stay home, stay safe, spread the knowledge. Thank you.
I appreciate. Bye.
Bye.
Nice. Thank you.